stopping by. Welcome to the Tea Factory. Thank you for stopping by and checking out our video today. Please subscribe to the channel so you can be notified whenever we upload new videos or go live to discuss hot topics, reality TV, and many more. So today I wanted to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is back. I'm so happy that they are back. It's my favorite franchise out of the Housewives, and I'm glad that they're back. Now, Portia is supposed to be the centerpiece. The reality show was supposed to be around her for this season. She's supposed to bring the glam, the money, and everything was going to be Portia. However, because of the divorce that she's going through with Simon, and Simon sending Bravo the cease and desist, so they couldn't film in the house, and then they couldn't really, she can't really discuss him. So they had to pivot and find somebody else to be their centerpiece. And it looks like Shamia is going to be that person. And I'm here for it because I like Shamia. Shamia's been on that show. For those of us who watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's been on the show for years. She's been a friend of Candy. She is Candy's friend in real life, and she's Portia's best friend in real life. So she's been a friend of for all these years, and it's nice to have her receive her peach. She is born and raised in Atlanta. She has connections. She hangs out with the clique, because there's some parts of Atlanta, especially with the wealthy people and people who are in the entertainment business. There's a clique of women that hang out together, and Shamia is part of that clique. Which consists of Candy, Tiny, T.I.'s wife, Toya Johnson, RL's wife, and who else? Oh, Rashida. They all hang out together. They go to each other's kids' birthday parties and things like that. So Shamia, I'm here for it. And so the scene they have is Portia is in Midtown. I think it's in Midtown, somewhere downtown, going for a jog. And then she's talking about her relationship with Simon and the marriage going downhill. And then they show a flashback of her and her sister talking about their relationship. Then the next scene, we have Shamia being reintroduced to us as this centerpiece for this season 16. And like I said earlier, Shamia, those of us who watch the show, we know about her. But we did not know, honey, that she had a $9 million house in Buckhead, and she had all this wealth. We never thought she was broke. We just didn't know that she was that girl, okay? And all this time, she's just been quiet as a church mouse. But now that we see her fabulous house, she's married, and she has 2 beautiful daughters. And then they show her parents and her sisters and her nieces and nephew, like her whole family. It's on the show, and we like to see that, and we're here for it. And then she tells like this funny story about how she met her husband and how she had went to the bathroom or whatever and tore his bathroom up, honey. Tore it up. And then she said the next time she came back, he had wipes. That part cracked me up, had me down on the floor, spitting out my drink. That was too funny. And then the next scene, we have Drew. Now, Drew, I do not care for Drew. I've never been a Drew fan. I don't like Drew. Never liked her. So Drew is playing football with her kids in her front yard. And then they show that Kenya's coming over to Drew's house and with Brooklyn. Brooklyn is cute. She's growing up fast. And so Drew tells Kenya that her and Raph are going through a divorce, and that Raph has to live downstairs and she's upstairs, and she is not allowed to go downstairs. and they don't communicate or talk to each other. The only way they talk is through an app that the judge has an access, or he's able to see that. I thought that was crazy. I mean, like, but it's Gwinnett County, so no telling. But Drew, I don't understand why Raph is downstairs. He needs to just downstairs in the basement, kind of like Basement Billy from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, he's the new Basement Billy. So he needs to, he should get his own place, but apparently he can't afford his own place. So that's why he's staying downstairs in the basement. So then Drew tells Kenya that she is working on an album or EP, whatever it is. She's working on some music, and Dennis is the producer of her music. And Kenya's like confused, like the rest of us watching this at home. We're like, Dennis? I mean, she's like, Dennis? Dennis who? Portia's Dennis? And she's like, yes. And Kenya's like, girl, are you serious? Portia's Dennis is producing your music. Now, Dennis is known for a lot of things, but being a music producer is not one of them. Like here in Atlanta, we don't know him as being a music producer. Dennis owns a hot dog place, and he owns Crew Hookah Lounge. And so, he's known as a lounge, a hot dog person. He's not known as a music producer. Now, in Atlanta, we have a lot of music producers that she could have worked with, but they probably didn't want to work with her, or she probably couldn't afford them. But we have Jermaine Dupri, Dallas Austin, Jazzy Faye, Feature the Rapper. He also produces R&B music because he wrote some songs for Beyonce. And there's a lot of other producers that I don't know, but I'm sure this is Atlanta. I'm sure there's a lot of producers she could have worked with. But she chose Dennis the Menace. But I think the reason why she's working with Dennis on her music is because Dennis is probably the money behind the project. So he's not writing, or he's not writing lyrics to the music, and he's not writing any songs or anything like that. He's producing by giving her the money. So he's funding the music. So that's what I think, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think Dennis is just funding the music. So instead of just saying that, they're making it seem like he's some kind of producer. But anyway, with that being said, Kenya was just as confused as the rest of us, was looking at her like, girl, please. I mean, really, is this a storyline or is this for real? And she was just looking at her with that side eye and that smile on her face. I like Kenya. Kenya's my girl. Don't care for Drew. Next scene, they introduce Kelly to us. Now, Kelly throws a birthday party for her daughter at a tea party. And beautiful setting. Everybody's dressed nice. And her daughter, Chloe, is turning 17. So she gives her daughter 17 gifts. And they're all purses. And I guess her daughter, Chloe, loved purses. So that's why she gave them to her. But there were some people, making comments saying that those, it wasn't necessary to give the 17-year-old 17 purses. But at the end of the day, if that's what she wanted and she can afford it, and I don't see what's wrong with it. A lot of celebrities give their kids, Mercedes or, expensive vehicles for their 16th or 17th birthday. I don't see anything wrong with what she did. Chloe's a beautiful young lady. Now, Kelly, I don't know. I don't know if I like her or don't like her yet. So, the jury's out on that until the season progresses. So the next scene we have Portia meeting up with her lawyer Randy. Now Randy, Bravo need to go ahead and give Randy a peach, okay? Because Randy, he's been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta several times. He was Nene's lawyer when she was divorcing Greg. And then he was Portia's lawyer when she divorced her first husband, Cordell. And then now he's Portia's husband again with this divorce from Simon. So go on ahead and give him a peach, honey, because he is part of the Housewives, okay? Randy's very known in these streets. And so she's in Randy's office going over the divorce situation with Simon. And then she's crying, talking about she didn't know that he was who he ended up being, and then was wanting to know why through when they're at the airport they're having to go through different lines and stuff like that. My thing was, I like Portia, but I really didn't care for this part because, for one, you should have took your time to know Simon before you went ahead and married him. If she had taken her time to get to know him, she would have found out that he was a scammer, and she would have known all these things about him instead of hurrying up to marry him. Had 5 or 6 marriages in Nigeria. Then she came back to Atlanta and had, I think, 3-4 weddings here too. So it was just, I'm not saying that she deserved what she's getting from Simon or the situation with Simon, but I do feel that it's just is the error of her ways is basically she didn't move with caution, and she is getting she's getting what comes with moving so fast. Now, in terms of her taking that girl's husband or whatever, as Kelly said, I really don't see it that way, because I don't think that her and that other girl, Fallon, I don't think that they were friends. I don't think her and Portia were friends. I think they were co-workers. Yeah, I mean, that's still nasty work to, to take your co-worker's husband. But I also feel like low-key, her and Simon probably knew each other or was messing with each other before that scene anyway. I don't know. Like, something just doesn't add up. Like the old folks say, something's not clean in the milk. So I'm not going to say she necessarily took her husband. I'm just going to say that I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say she took her husband, but I feel like they had already known each other, was messing around with each other, but I don't feel like they were friends. But however way you slice it and dice it, at the end of the day, is still wrong, because he still was married to someone else when she started messing with him. So I guess that's the outcome of what's happening now. So that's that. So then you have so the next scene, they show the girls meeting with Shamia at a restaurant. Now, this is the scene where I was talking about what Kelly said, well, she should have never took that woman's husband. Okay, so that part, I don't know if that was scripted or that was just off the dome, or if she really felt that way. Either way, I can't blame her for feeling that way or saying that, because a lot of people actually agree with Kelly. So I'm not even going to elaborate too much on that. Now, Kelly, I don't know. Like, for some reason, I'm not feeling her too well. And it's not because she was coming for Portia, but, and then she's short. And then she has those lips looking like Miss Piggy. And then, I don't know, like, right now. And then she just coming in hot and heavy with all the Botox and stuff. I'm just going to have to keep watching and see what happens with her. But so they start talking about Dennis the Menace, and Brittany's says that what's his name, Dennis had gave her, I guess was trying to talk to her, whatever, had gave her a diamond necklace back in the day. Okay, whatever. And then Kelly's like, oh, he slid in my DMs. Okay, I mean, that's men, that's what they do, but that scene was about Dennis. They just had to throw that, all that in because he's connected to Portia. So the next scene, they show Portia walking into the strip club to meet up with Shamia. So this strip club that they went to is called Candyland. Now, Candyland, for those of you that don't live in Atlanta, is owned by 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, the rapper, owns that strip club that they went to. And Shamia and Portia was talking about Dennis. Shamia was telling Portia that Dennis and Drew are going to be working together on some music. And of course, Portia acted surprised. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is the what they call it. This the scheme that Todd set up, because I feel like they're all in it together. I don't know. Dennis, Portia, and Drew. I feel like they're all in this together as a storyline. I could be wrong, but I feel like they in this together. And even with the whole Basement Billy Raph slash Basement Billy from Huntsville, okay? That's what I'm gonna call him. They all in cahoots together, if you ask me. But we're gonna see. It's good TV, so we're gonna keep it moving. And so the next scene we have Shamia's birthday party. So for Shamia's birthday party, Kelly arrives early. Cynthia's there. Kenya shows up, and Shamia's house is beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, there's no words. It's just a beautiful house, and then they show Portia at her mother's house getting ready to come to the party, and then this is the scene also where we meet Angela Oakley. Now, Angela Oakley, I don't know how I feel about her. I'm not going to say too much on this part because I have to still get to know her. But one thing I can say is she's in love with her man, and everything is about Charles Oakley. Everything's like Charles Oakley. Charles seemed like he's laid back, chill. She's like, oh, they got to put some respect in your name. He's like, they don't have to. They don't want to. I like the way he said it. Charles is my kind of man. He's just, chill, and she's just doing too much, But he's just laid back. He's looking like, I'm just here because I have to be here and I have to come with you. But, honey, I wouldn't even be here if I didn't have to. So then we have, let's see. And then, of course, Portia's still at her mother's house in Duluth. Now, some people were saying, like, okay, Portia arrived to the birthday party late, and there was this whole debate. Okay, so Portia and Simon's house is in Buckhead, and then Shamia lives in Buckhead, so that's not far. But Portia's house that she had before she married Simon is in Duluth, and it's the house that she gave to her mom. That house, to go from Duluth to Buckhead, it is far. It can take, with the traffic jam, it can take you, and it's always traffic. There's always traffic. It is always at a standstill. Sometimes your car will be parked in the freeway because it's always backed up. So it will take a long time to get from Duluth down to Buckhead. So for the people who are trying to shade Portia, either, production told her to hold back and fall back and come in late, looking late, or it was genuinely she was genuinely late because traffic is that bad coming from up north on 85. So I can see that happening. So the party planner comes and tells Shamia to come outside because there's a surprise for her. Her husband surprised her for her birthday with like almost a $500,000 car, and beautiful car, nice car. She's twerking on the car. That's what she likes to do, is twerk. And then, then Portia comes up to her. She's like, Shamia! And then Shamia's looking at her, girl, you're late. And starts making those hissing noises and faces at her. And so we don't know if that was... I don't think she was late on purpose, in my opinion. She wasn't late on purpose. There's two things. Either production told her to pull up late, or she was really late because she was stuck in traffic, like I just explained. But like I said, it's good TV, creates that beef that they need to keep the drama going on the show. So, and Portia came in looking nice outfit, and I seen that the look that Shamia kind of gave her, like, okay, now don't be coming out here showing all them titties with my man sitting here in the car, But and then they show everybody going in the house talking. They showed Portia and Drew getting into it about Dennis and her working with Dennis. Portia not knowing about Drew and Dennis working together. And then also Portia said that Drew was supposed to be a spokesperson for her hairline, and Drew was booking booking, doing some kind of business behind her back without her knowing about it in regards to the hairline. Now that's shady. That's real dirty and shady. That is shady. And then also trying to film with Dennis on the show behind her back. So this is why I say I don't like Drew. I never liked Drew, and this is before even this season and this episode. Never liked Drew. Drew always moved like a snake. So, but you know what goes around is gonna come around. So then it ends with Portia and Drew arguing about Dennis, and then everybody goes outside trying to have some fun, and then everyone jumps in the pool. So they also end with Kelly saying that she is waiting for Portia to answer her question. Oh, I forgot also that one scene when Kelly kept trying to confront Portia and trying to tell Portia that she knew her, and Portia's like, I don't know you, and Kelly's like, yes, you do know me, and and then when Portia hit her back with, you're a perfect stranger. Now that was funny. A perfect stranger. That was cute. That was real funny. That was a good one, Portia, honey. That was good. And then so you know that it ends with Kelly waiting for Portia to answer her question, but Portia is not going to answer that question. She's going to keep her waiting, and or it might get addressed down a few episodes down the road. We may see that, but for now she's not answering her question. So I am looking forward to this season 16, and I'm going to do review and commentary on the I think I have 3 episodes left that I need to do. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and thank you for watching. Bye.